Hi everyone! Welcome to your weekly edition of Show Me How It's Done. My name is Laura Nerbonis and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Now this week I do not have a card for you. I have an adorable little treat box because I figured you guys probably have lots of cards by now, hopefully, and you're probably ready to gift some little fun treats out to your families, friends, and teachers throughout this holiday season. So I would first like to give a little shout out to a fellow demonstrator where I got the idea for this project from. Her name is Jenny Hayward, and she created this little box using the Season of Green and Gold suite. I loved it, and I decided to recreate it for you using our little Snowy Wonder bundle. Now I'm going to show you where you can find that in the catalog, because to be quite honest, I don't have much of it left. I used this Snowy Scenes suite as half of my all-day retreat in October, and we made a bunch of different cards. We made a shaker card filled with some of these snowflakes and the snow globe. We made a little snowman wobble card. We made a pop-out feature card, and then one other project as well. And my recipients were able to just go home and continue playing with the rest of this project because they also received either this stamp or the Reindeer Days stamp in their registration. So Snowy Scenes is a great set if you're looking for a few things that you can use maybe past Christmas, because snowman and penguin and even the little tree and house, they can be kind of a winter scene in and of themselves. They don't need to be tied to the holiday season. So I am not using the Snowy Wonder stamp set or dies in this project. That's not to say I haven't used them before, so please go back and check out my prior videos and continue subscribing to my YouTube channel, Lauren's Scraplot. If you click that like or subscribe button, you'll get notified whenever I post a new video, which is primarily every Tuesday at noon, but there's a few surprise ones here or there too. So you will see projects using these guys on there. You can also see projects using those loose snowflakes. Today though, I'm focusing on the really adorable pom-pom ribbon and the designer series paper. So this project could be made with any of the designer series paper patterns, and in fact I probably would have made a few different versions had I had anything left. But like I said, it's almost the end of the Christmas season, so I didn't want to open up a brand new package, and this is literally all I have left after creating all of those projects for classes and the all-day event. I think I went through about 5 or 6 packages. So here's what we're left with. I'm going to use the only sheet that I have left in a full size, and that is that pink color. This one would be really fun if you wanted to cut out those globes and just plop them onto a card front too. So maybe you'd want to choose to use half of the sheet for that purpose and then half for a coordinating little treat box. But let me show you how to make these. They're very, very simple. All you need is your trimmer and a 4x8 piece of designer series paper. So I have that piece all cut here. Got my 4 inches on the top and my 8 inches down the side. Now I've chose a very non-directional pattern. If you had something with like trees going up and down, or even if I was to turn this over and I wanted the snow globes to be the feature, you would want to make sure that you've got your pattern facing the right direction. So your top section, that 4-inch, would need to be where the patterns are kind of facing the right direction, and then you just need a whole 8 inches worth of that. I know it makes me sad to cut this up, but it's adorable and it's going to be worth it, I promise. Okay, so Stampin' Trimmer is what I love to use because it has both a scoring blade and a cutting blade all in one. I have done all of my cutting now, so I've actually removed this little blade from the track because I am notorious for accidentally using the cutting blade when I should be using the scoring blade. Okay, so the easiest way to get this popped in and out is if you look down in the bottom of your track, there's this little divot here. This can pop right back in when I'm ready to use it, but for now, I'm going to pop it back out again. There we go. So it's not in my way. Okay, we're ready to score. we're going to turn our piece of paper horizontally, and I'm going to score on the back side, the side that I don't want to see in the front. And I'm lining this up to 4 inches. Okay, so that's basically putting a score line right down the middle of this piece, 4 inches. Now we need to lift this up and turn this and line it to the 2-inch mark. Now, if you have a pencil handy, your box will look a little nicer because all you're going to do is you're going to take your pencil, and it should fit right in the center here, and you make a little dot at the top and a little dot at the bottom. So we've got 2 inches on this side and 2 inches on that side. If you do not have a pencil handy, or you prefer to have that really solid line to work with, it's all good. It'll just add a little character to your box. You can slide this up and make a score line. Okay, now here's where you're going to have to get right down into your trimmer and just get nice and close. We're going to make diagonal score lines. So the reason we added this little notch or dot at the top is so that we knew exactly where halfway was. And I'm going to fold this just so you guys have a better vision. Okay, so that's folded in half now. I'm going to line up this edge and this line in my track. So I basically want a triangle kind of along the side here. And it doesn't matter which portion of the paper you start with. We're going to be doing this on all 4 of the corners. Okay, so I'm not cutting, scoring from this little dot all the way down to that connecting line, like so. And I know it's tricky for you to see. This is why it's nice to have it in front of you. So rotate, we're lining up that score line once again, and now you're lining up the bottom little dot or mark, and we're going to do another score. Rotating, continue the pattern here by lining up that mark and this halfway point in your track. And then we're going to rotate one last time. So we'll have 4 triangles all together going off these sides. My mark's in the track and my center line's in the track. Good to go. Okay, you can set this guy aside now. You don't need him anymore. We're going to start folding. So I folded this one line already very gently, but I think I'll bring in my bone folder and just add a very nice crisp line to it. Then we're going to fold in all 4 of your panels. So there's 1, 2, and again, doesn't matter what order you go in the end, they're all folding inwards. 3 and 4 right there. So you should have what looks like a little boat at the moment. It's folded in the middle. We've got 2 panels. And then just to put it in perspective for you, if you bring those panels up, tuck 2 in behind the other, this is what's going to make your triangle box. Isn't it fun? Now we need to do a little bit of hole punching so that you have something to slide your ribbon through. You can see mine right there. I went with my crocodile because that is a tried and true hole punch. We do not unfortunately sell this guy anymore, but it's basically a glorified hole punch. So if you have a hole punch of any sort, that's what you're going to use. So we'll just open up half the box so you can see, and then we're just going to overlap 2 pieces on the one side and put a hole down there. See, a little hole between the 2 pieces. Switch directions. So we'll switch the open side. These 2 are now lined close together, and another hole punch. Okay. So here's our box again. When you're putting this together, we're just going to make sure that one side is going into the other. We just want to make sure both of them are the same. So if you have something that looks like this, you can do it, but then you end up seeing this ugly line on the front. So you might as well just have both the pieces from the same side going to the center, and then at least your front part will be very pretty and easy to work with. Okay, ready to get some ribbon in there? Do you like my nails? See, they match the penguin. This is why we're going with this penguin today. He's fun. Okay, pom-pom ribbon. I'm unfortunately almost done my roll, but we have enough to complete the project here. So I'm going to leave the ribbon on the roll, and I'm going to grab 2 pieces that are together, the 2 halves, put my ribbon through that, and then I'm going to pull out quite a bit so that I have lots to work with. Then I'm going to get my next part lined up, but I'm also going to just move this out of my way so that my fingers have room to work. I'm just going to poke that through the other side here. A little bit more. There you go. You want room to work. You don't need to make this a tight workspace. We'll fix it all at the end. There we go. Okay, looks very messy. Give it a little pull. Give it a little reset. And it'll work. There we go. Now you can pull out some extra. Okay. So there's your box at the moment. Unfortunately, there's nothing in your box. So I think right now would be a good moment for you to figure out what you'd like to toss in there. Maybe a few little treats. I have these little mints on hand, so I'm going to throw them in. And the ribbon will kind of go across the center of your space, but that's fine. I have these little peppermints that they'll last. So if somebody decides never to open this box because they think it's too pretty, nothing's going to go bad in there. So about, I think 5 of them is good. Now, you have the choice. You can either sit here and you can tie a bow with your ribbon right on the top, and it can be all with the pom-pom ribbon, like so, which is cute. Or if you want to actually see more of the pom-pom ribbon, we're just going to tie that once at the top and then have 2 long pieces sticking up. So I cut those just at a little angle at the same height. And then I'm going to bring in another twine that I have on hand just to tie these 2 together and almost make a little bunny ear hanging out the top. So I have some silver Christmas thread. I'm just going to bring that around and tie a bow around those 2 pieces. And that's just, I think, going to give a little bit more life to my pom-pom ribbon. If I had a different sort of ribbon, I might use it in a bow. This is pretty. Okay, fix that. Ooh, there we go. Sorry, need to fix it, make it beautiful. If you haven't filled your box yet, this is probably a step you'd want to save for later. You don't have to make your decision right now. There we go. So there's our box. So far, we need to decorate it. So what I decided to do, instead of using, of course, the beautiful stamp and die where I could have stamped a little penguin or tree or gingerbread house, put that on the top, I decided to use the designer series paper. So I grabbed this piece here, which is full of all these little penguins with hats and scarves and just plain. And I took my Stylish Shapes dies, or you could grab a circle punch of your choice, and I cut them out. So here's another one. I used the one with the hat here. I'm going to use the one with the scarf here. They're cute. I'm going to use that. And then I grabbed this die here that's got the beautiful kind of starburst look to it. This is from the Spotlight on Nature die set. And again, if you don't own either of those die sets, but you have some sort of other circle or shape, go for it. You don't need to worry about owning the dies. And if you're like, Lauren, I don't have any die cutting products, that is also okay, because there are pieces in this package, such as this scrap here, that have these tiny, adorable snow globes. Here's the back of that one. And you could just cut those out freehand. And you could stick one of those on here, just with a couple dimensionals. It would look adorable. If you wanted, you could even pop that up on dimensionals and add a slip of paper with a stamped image. Okay, it's up to you. You do not have to have die cutting products to be able to make this project. So there's one idea for you. Or you can finish off the same way I did here with this penguin. So I don't have a stamp mounted and handy, so I think I'm going to go with my penguin, but the snow globes all look adorable as well. Little penguin here, pop him up on dimensionals. I didn't do any stamping on this one, but you certainly could. I could make a little banner that hangs off of the penguin, or I could maybe even cut another one of these circles in white and stamp a sentiment for the back of the project. So completely up to you if you wanted to add that feature. There's the little penguin. We're going to pop this one up once more on dimensionals. Sorry, he's a little off center. Let me fix that. Here we go. Now I do just want to mention at the moment these products are still available. However, the holiday catalog ends at the end of December and everything is while supplies last. So if there's something you love, hop on my website, laurenerbonis.stampinup.net, and make sure to order that before they disappear, because there's no guarantee they'll show up on a clearance rack or in a future catalog. At this point, I haven't seen the retiring list, so they might. There you go. There's your little box. You can make all sorts of these. I'll show you one that I'm currently working on using a different suite. It's not quite done yet, but I'm just playing around. Sorry, it's focusing. There we go. I'm playing around with some of our other specialty papers and this little tag here, and haven't filled it yet, but I'm going to use a gold ribbon to tie that off. So there's another idea for you. These are very, very easy for you to mass produce, and maybe you can even just put one of them at everybody's spot on the dinner table for Christmas dinner. That would look really cute. Thank you guys again so much for joining me this week. I hope you enjoyed the projects. Please make sure to comment if you have any questions or reach out. I'm more than happy to clarify anything for you. And I look forward to crafting with you guys again next Tuesday at noon for another edition of Show Me How It's Done. Bye.